Tonight, we're going to talk about the fact that online porno is now being blamed for over half the divorces in this country. I'm serious, you people. Now, you didn't know. I'm going to turn this into like a real passionate show. Now, folks, anybody who has experience with porno realizes that it is unstop. It's like the mafia. Once you go in, you can never go out. Because there's too much choice. Too many categories. Barely legal, over 60, big butts, little drunk teens, drunk teen college girls, blonde drunk teen college girls, petite blonde drunk teen college girls, girls who love oral, girls who crave oral, girls who wouldn't use the word crave, but they're not averse to oral, girls who don't love to give oral, but do it out of a sense of obligation to the guy. They got to carry the ugly, sober, not petite friends sitting in the car waiting for the petite, blonde, drunk teen college girl who loves to give oral. Now, choice is made of soft, folks, from Adam and Eve. It is truly the devil's handiwork. And that's why I am no longer allowing people to switch this show on and off. You keep your hands off the remote and you watch the show till the end. Get it? Oh, well, let's start out not talking about porno. I just wanted to trick everybody to watch. Don't change, you little bastards at home. I'm not playing games this time. Paul O'Neill, we'll get to porno. Paul O'Neill, former Treasury Secretary, claims that Bush was planning to invade Iraq 10 days after he was inaugurated. Take a look at this clip from 60 Minutes.
And what happened at President Bush's very first National Security Council meeting is one of O'Neill's most startling revelations.
From the very beginning, there was a conviction that Saddam Hussein was a bad person and that he needed to go.
Now, let me ask you this. This is 60 Minutes. That wasn't cut. Have I lost my mind, or did Leslie Stahl say one of the most startling, and then he said that Saddam was bad and needed to go? You're right. That administration is corrupt and evil. Whoa! How could they have done that? Have I lost my mind? What is wrong with that, Laurie? Why is that anything but good?
Well, why are we allowed to just go into a country and depose their leader? I mean,
he's not a leader.
Yes, he is. And let's not forget that the latest Iraqi presidential election, Saddam Hussein got 100% of the vote.
That is true.
Our president didn't even get half.
Yeah, right. He is
So no matter what we do, the people are going to complain about it. It's like if the United States, say in the 40s, had went in, or in the late 30s, and tossed out Hitler, history would be looking back on the United States saying, how could those imperialist, awful country go in and depose Adolf Hitler?
Yeah.
Do you like my word depose?
No, it stinks. We didn't depose him. We kicked his ass.
You know what? You don't just go. There's about 72 other dictators who treat their people like crap. And we don't just go in and say, hey, he had a thing. He had it. He was finishing
thing
his
for
father.
Psychotic.
They gave Saddam Hussein the weapon. I mean, it's ridiculous.
The point is, you didn't give it to him.
Rumsfeld shaking his hand, giving him, to get Iran out,
Sure,
they're both friendly. Well, they wouldn't have
and I wore parachute pants in the 80s. You can't just be judged on whether we're in the 80s. Times change.
You wore them yesterday.
Well, the point is, they're saying this is a whole startling thing. Clinton signed a bill in '98 saying we should get him out of there.
This
has been a long time coming.
He signed a bill. He was doing the right thing.
But
I didn't say the guy should be, a leader or whatever you call it.
Well, how do you get rid of him without killing a guy like that?
This is a problem because these guys tied it to 9/11. They didn't say, hey, we want you to do this in the first place. George Bush replaced his addiction to alcohol with an addiction to oil.
Ooh.
Yes, he's in denial. He's telling himself it's about WMD, but he's addicted to the pipeline.
Let me explain. That was bad.
Yeah, baby.
Well, let me just say one thing. It is. I still don't believe that. I still believe that people, everyone's trying to make this big thing. Since 91, you say, well, what was the other dictators? Okay. So what's wrong with what's good for a win-win situation? We want to get him. He's destroying his people. He's a dictator, but he also has oil. So we take him out and we get the oil. What's wrong with that?
And now our people that are over there are getting killed.
But you can't wait. If you don't take him out, people complain that the United States does nothing about human rights abuses.
No. You can take him out. But maybe we should have some support from other countries.
We do.
Yeah, but the Germans and the French had...
That's right.
Estonia.
Judy.
Yeah,
The Germans and the...
What they want.
Why is everybody assuming that Germany and France had pure motives? They had oil interests with Saddam Hussein. They had contracts they didn't want to lose. Everybody's assuming that
I didn't. But she's not defending Germany and France. She's saying
Germany.
she
Yes, she is.
Oh, yes, she is.
I'm
No,
saying.
she's attacking us because our country's always 100% wrong. Yeah.
I didn't say, I love our country.
you don't.
Why is it
No, you
you're
don't.
against something? Like, you're
Why is it if you attack everything and every nuance of our country, people say you're unpatriotic?
Because I don't attack everyone.
you're still...
So not true. I don't attack everyone.
But I hate when the left goes, why is it if you say dissent? You know what? It's obnoxious. That's why. Now listen.
The whole point is this guy came out with these revelations. We can go on and on and debate whether or not we should have been there or not. He makes a big thing that we were supposed to, that we had advanced knowledge. Well, of course he did. This guy is a traitor. You know,
O'Neill's a traitor?
Well,
he was in the army.
Look, he was in his confidence. He was the whole thing. He called Bush. He said he was uncurious and disengaged.
He's a snitch.
Well, that's what you would be to somebody whose attitude you don't care about.
The snitches get stitches. Who was in the army, weren't you?
You were in the army?
No.
Aren't you too tall?
No, I joined the army in 74, backed out, and I joined under something called a buddy plan. Maybe you remember you joined with your best friend, you go, which was later, later got rid of because the gays were using it as an extended vacation package. That's true.
The crunch with the buddy plan.
Okay, but anyway, being lied to. Can we go back to the truth?
Yes.
We were lied to. Okay, we gave Saddam the weapons of mass destruction. Those inspectors went in. They didn't find a goddamn
Those inspectors,
thing.
Hans Blitz? You call that corrupt Nazi?
The woman.
Go ahead.
All right, the FBI, the CIA agent who was outed, her husband was a weapons inspector who said that there was nothing there.
Nothing there. But Clinton even said there were weapons of mass destruction.
We gave them to him.
No, but I mean, Clinton said there were.
Wow, that was really
we
powerful.
gave them to him.
I think this.
You know what? If we don't agree with how you execute something, we're horrible people. We're unpatriotic.
No,
it's just
stop
not
it.
fair.
Here's what I want to say. Instead of all these politics, everybody here on TV, they went to private school, they come from money, you always hear their opinions on politics. How about we hear from somebody who didn't come from money, didn't go to private school, but is affected by policies? We're going to have presidential candidates, we're going to have somebody representing each one each week. So for the run of the show, Howard Dean will be represented by my good friend Ray. Ray, what do you have to say about, gays in the military?
Colin, Howard Dean want to eliminate the question, don't ask, don't tell policy, and he want to admitting open gay into the armed forces. I do not agree with that because then who go be killing the enemy? Can you imagine that one of those gay soldiers, anytime they see one beautiful guy, he will say I don't want to kill this guy is too beautiful. So who is going to kill the enemy?
Wow.
Thank you.
That's right.
Jose Jimenez.
No, that happens to be Ray. He's a good man. That's his opinion. And let's face it, if you were going to shoot beautiful women...
He's not a good man. He shot himself after Fantasy Island got canceled.
Is he a little, only a couple of DNA strands away? Is that why we'll be hearing more from Ray during the campaign. We'll be right back. Listen, two 7th grade girls, will you hear this hot story, were expelled from their Montreal school, which makes it harder. Because they speak French up there. I don't know if you knew that, Drew. Yeah. They were charging boys $5 to watch them make out. They claim they got the idea from Brittany.
The girls?
Oh, no. I don't think so. I guess it could be. Ooh.
How much?
I know it's sick and child porn and prostitution, but it's also a reasonable price. I don't think it takes away the horror. I don't think it demeans the horror of the act by pointing out sound business principles. Now, should kids be, Drew, what do you think of this? You're sitting next to these.
First of all, you see what it leads to.
Not only do you see what it leads to, we know one of them at least means business.
Yeah. But Colin. But Colin, they were saying that they were suppressing their sexual experimentation. The fact that they're charging $5, there's money changing hands. It's prostitution. It's a webcam without a webcam, is what it is. It's prostitution.
Right.
Crying out loud.
But do you think that's so darn wrong? I don't want to talk to him about this.
I think that
It's pathetic.
I have an opinion.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I think
Give him a silent treatment.
I think we need more of this kind of blocking in the show.
Yes.
I
can't
think
see
the
Norton at all.
girls that were making out need to learn how to read, maybe get a hobby or something.
You know, friends, they probably already...
Work at the local
You're a
candy
real
store.
stick in the mud.
Yeah.
12!
I didn't notice in there.
So what? They're
They're
12.
12 and
They're 12, you perverts.
Yeah.
Well, they were, they knew what they were doing.
Well, no. First of all, charging $5, they have no business savvy
And wait a
whatsoever.
minute, that's $5
Canadian.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
So now they really hoard themselves out.
They really are whores, you're right.
How much for a kiss between me and Judy?
I'll kick in 100.
Really?
I don't have it on me. I'll give it to you as my wallet after the show. I swear to God. I swear to God. How about you? You chisel. He was silent. Anybody else would have said, I'll throw in a 50 or 20. You tightwad.
I'll give you $3, and I've
Cheap
got one
bastard.
bill.
You have
cheap
100
son of a
right
bitch.
there.
I don't want to see this.
Bastard.
I do want to see it. I'll pay 100, but I have to
What's
pay
your
after.
problem you don't want to see it?
Don't get into an argument over him. I'll pay 100.
Why not?
Why not? Because you're both over 13.
Yay! I'll pay 100.
This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about.
That was official. I caught the right angle. It was not it was it was official.
Make sure my
That
TV
was nice. Now listen.
Yeah.
Internet porn. I'll give you another 100 if you guys do it again and grab each other's breasts. Internet porn. The girls go, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That was crude. Internet porn is increasingly being blamed as a reason for these broken marriages. Here's a quote from Time magazine. Where do you read this blockbuster? Holy mother. Pornography had an almost non-existent role in divorce just 7 or 8 years ago.
That's just not true. Oh my God.
How did I get that?
Porn has been around forever.
Since time immemorial, right?
Right. So I don't like online porn is different. Online porn is different from all the other kind of porn.
Now, Jim, what do you think? Has porn affected your relationships? I mean, I don't even believe I'm asking you this.
Porn is his relationship.
Has your relationships affected your porn? Maybe I should think You know what I mean? But it's true. That's how guys are now.
I mean, his girlfriend's a JPEG. Come on.
Yeah, I admit it. I watch a lot of porn. And I am bragging. I pulled a train with Ron Jeremy this week.
Now, how many men constitute a train? Just 2?
You and Ron?
No,
Let me address the rookie.
Women and one guy. 2 guys and 1 woman.
No, I'll tell you what happened. I walked in. My friend owns the Bunny Ranch. This is true. So I walk into his hotel room after the show, and Ron Jeremy is having sex with this girl on the bed. And, I can't really see much because his shirt is hanging over. But then he turns her over. And I see it, so I have to look because it's Ron Jeremy. I'm struck. It wasn't even a gay thing, but I just wanted a picture with it. I'm like, can I? Absolutely true. So he starts again having sex, and he says, I think she needs in her mouth. And I'm like, I have to do this. Because it's almost like the Pope saying, hey, look, I'm doing mass. Could you help? So that's what we did. She took care of me and Ron at the same time.
But Jim,
yes.
Tell them what Ron said about your...
Oh, you know what? Absolutely true. And I love Ron for this. As I took down my suit trousers, Ron goes, man, you got a nice piece.
We'll be right back.
I have a train story.
This week, Jim and I have been talking about our recent trip to Baghdad, where we did a few shows for the troops, but it wasn't all for fun. After we came back, the U.S. government asked us to do some important public service announcements. We each did one. We're going to premiere them here tonight, you lucky people. Here's mine.
A place of beauty. A place of majesty. A place for friends. From the lively streets of Basra to the bustling Baghdad International Airport. Today's Iraq is free and wilder than ever. So come on down to this land of wonder and discovery. Iraq, the cradle of fun.
I thought that was pretty funny.
All right, boss, let them enjoy.
Okay.
Mine was in support of our military. Take a look.
What was mine? Al-Qaeda? Porno, stupid? Playing them.
It takes courage, honor, and a will to sacrifice at all costs to be a Marine. Some have it, and some don't.
I have no fear, even in the middle of a war.
Not even close.
That's his best side. You don't ride it like a horse.
The Marines. It's not for everyone.
You think that's funny? No, let me just speak. Go ahead.
I didn't mean that you're not the one that... Please? Please. Some have it, Joe, some don't. But I didn't mean that you didn't. You have it, Colin.
Well, Jim, when I was young, like any other guy in this audience in the world, I always thought to myself, wow, if I ever was in the war, I'd want to be in the Marines and be like do a couple of hundred push-ups, get out
young?
there.
What war? Vietnam?
Yes. Not that would have been because it's true.
You're not that old.
Shut up, I am too. When I was young, Vietnam.
You don't look a day over 30.
Well, folks, I guess that'll be it, huh?
Yeah. I think we kind of salvage this into something they can.
I think it's kind of interesting. They just cut the middle and slice the sides.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? You ever get like stale bread, but then you want to have a sandwich and you just have to cut the sides off, right?
Yes.
The crustaces. And then you just cut the middle.